Hello my dear students, welcome to your science class. Here is part 2 for you of this chapter, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. So in this particular part we are going to see some other synthetic fibers like nylon, polyester, acrylic, and we'll see what are the characteristics of these synthetic fibers and whether they are comfortable or not. So we will discuss on that. So let's start with the first thing, that is nylon. So this was the first fully synthetic fiber obtained. Okay, so because we were having rayon, so rayon we are getting out of natural sources. Okay, not natural sources, the base product is natural product like wood pulp. Okay, so here if you see that how these nylons we are obtaining, so this is totally chemical based. Now very interesting thing, the name of this nylon, it has come from New York N and Y and London's LON. Why? Because this was first marketed there, so that's why the name given was nylon. So nylon is a synthetic fiber obtained from coal, water and air. So here you can see no life organism like any plant product is involved, only you can see coal, water and air is involved. So the characteristic property of nylon is it is light, strong and elastic. One thing will be make you surprised that nylon thread is stronger than a steel wire. How? Suppose if you are taking a steel wire of same diameter and you are taking the nylon of same diameter, and if you hang the weight, so nylon will bear more weight compared to steel fibers of the same diameter. So this is quite interesting about nylon. Okay, it is lustrous in appearance, and what are its application? Because it is very durable and lightweight, that's why it is used in manufacturing of socks, ropes, tent and car seat belt, sleeping bags, curtains. So if we need something which is durable and light in weight, then we can go for nylon. So these are the things you can see that are made of nylon. Okay, so parachute and these things, that rope for climbing the mountains, socks, everything is made up of nylon. Now another synthetic fiber is polyester. It is manufactured from petroleum and the name given is polyester. Means poly, I have told you that poly means many and esters. So they have combined many esters unit together and they have made polyester. It is crease free, means it will not constrict, okay, after use. So that's why it is one of the good thing which is related to the polyester. It is easy to wash, and the very popular thing you have heard about terylene, very common example of polyester. There are some other examples also like Dacron and terene. So these are another example of polyester, and I will let you know others also. So terylene can be drawn into very fine fiber that can be woven like any other yarn. So if we are able to produce fiber out of this terylene, so we can make variety of things to wear. If you see here, so this is example of material which is made up of polyester. So that's why we are able to make many cloths out of this polyester. Okay, it is water resistance, and that's why it is another property of this polyester. So this PET, the full form is polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, so polyethylene terephthalate is used for making what? Bottles, utensils, films, wires and many other useful products. And we can make blended fibers out of this polyester. Blended fibers means here you can see, if you mix polyester with cotton, you can get polycot, and if you mix polyester with wool, you can get poly wool. So these are the examples of blended synthetic fibers. Others are like nylon, rayon, and if you see polyester, so they are singular things. They are made up of one kind of synthetic fibers. And here you can see polycot and poly wool, they are made up of polyester and wool. So two different kind of fibers we are making together, bringing together, mixing together, and we are making third kind of synthetic fibers. Okay, now the another is acrylic. Acrylic is a synthetic fiber that resemble with wool, that's why it is also known as fake ship. So wool is going to be very costly if we are going for natural wools, and if we are going for acrylic, then it is definitely it is going to be cost effective. Okay, that's why here you can see that it is relatively cheap. Why? Because high production and less price of raw materials. Okay, so that makes the acrylic cheap. Okay, and then synthetic fibers are more durable and comfortable, which makes them more popular than the natural fiber. So definitely they are going to be durable, so that's why they are having something good on their side. Okay, now if you come to talk about in general that characteristics of natural synthetic fiber, so you will find that they dry up soon because they absorb less water, they are durable, they are less expensive because raw material required for them and the processing is much lesser than the natural fibers. Okay, they are readily available because of high production, and they are easy to maintain comparative to the natural fibers. So these are the some characteristics you can get one of the best qualities of synthetic fiber. Now if you talk about comfortability of synthetic fiber, so here it will lack. How they are going to lack? Something like if they do not absorb water or sweat. So even if they are not able to absorb water, so definitely they are not going to absorb sweat also. Okay, and if they are not going to absorb sweat, then they are not going to be comfortable when there is very hot and humid weather, and you know that cotton is able to do that. So in that way, if this kind of weather condition is there and if you are going with synthetic fibers, it is going to irritate you. So these are the point of view when you see the comfortability, and if you see the characteristics, so there are some plus some minus things related to these fibers. So that's all. Okay, and these are the resources. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.